Welcome everybody to 48 Talk, episode 147.
Yes.
I'm your host, Rage Baldy as always. Joining me this time is the usual crew of the Mina on the right, Derek on the bottom left, and Colin Johnson on the bottom right. Still warm over here. How's it going over there?
Warm.
Warm as well? Oh boy.
Oh yeah, but nice and humid and raining.
We had
Yeah,
one day.
it's supposed to be rain season right now, or about?
Yep. Yeah, rain every day.
Sounds like the Netherlands. So we had one day of 31 degrees, and now it's going to be
entire week.
entire week of 20, 22, 20, 24, 20, something.
Which is pretty nice actually. So
Yeah,
I
summer is here. So, what's been going on with you guys?
just doing some computer work for money, pretty much, and that's about it on my end.
Mm-hmm. Colin?
My family is expanding.
Ooh.
My eldest niece is getting another child. So I heard that
Congratulations.
yesterday. So another one to another kid to play with.
No
his-
gender, male, female.
Doesn't know anything. She already has a boy who is almost 2 years old,
Mhm.
and we went to them yesterday and we just played the entire afternoon. Like they have their own little pool and something to jump on. I don't know what's called.
Bouncy
it was
castle?
just fun. No, not really. Just just the round thing.
Trampoline?
Trampoline. Yeah, it's just trampoline. Okay, either way, it was a ton of fun, and we heard that he is getting a little brother or sister.
Awesome.
Hopefully a sister.
Mm.
Knowing my
You
niece,
know, someone's preference.
pretty much everyone.
One of each.
One of each.
Omedetou.
Best kind of treasure. So that's
Yes.
awesome. It's gonna be a Christmas child. That's
That's cool though.
No, we disagree. Like it's like during the Christmas, birthday and Christmas. So
You're gonna combine it
Oh.
and get jacked on
Sucks for the
presents.
child.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
I'm thinking as a parent. I'm thinking, wow, that's awesome. Let's get.
I don't know.
That's funny.
Actually, my sister is like 2 weeks after Christmas, and it's like just do it separate and don't. We've never like done it together. But either way,
Oh,
it's-
yeah?
timing is nah. Why? More is better. More partying. Woo.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, really, and having enjoyed the weather. It's great weather. Love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah.
same here.
Yeah, that's for you though, Colin. So then you would have like Christmas, New Year's, your sister's birthday. That is a good month to be part of your family. I'm moving in then. Just make some room.
And then-
We're gonna have
and the
fun.
The month afterwards is my birthday, so it's like
Hey, I'm staying
Hey.
2 months then. I'm there for 2 months.
the
Thank
best
you.
thing. The best thing about having the child come in December means that my entire family has like a birthday every month of the year. So
Wow.
we got
Well,
that checked out. So that's
That's
interesting.
awesome.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Uh,
congratulations. Life is so precious and beautiful. That's a good thing.
It's awesome.
So I wish nothing but good health for the baby.
Woo, it's
Very
gonna
good.
be great.
Yep.
Nothing else.
Exactly, so on my end,
Mm.
just warm weather, enjoying some festivals. We had the annual Park Pop here.
That thing. Yeah.
Was
How was
fun.
that?
It's more expensive every year. Basically, one coin. So basically, one coin is now €3 worth.
Wow,
if you want to have
Jesus.
food, you pay €10 for just the simplest of foods ever. And
Wow.
Indeed, Dutch festivals are more of an investment than anything else.
Yeah.
so
really glad I got- yeah.
expensive.
Really glad I got
Oranje
enjoyed from
Jet.
the balcony. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Orandajin Raishi. You guys are so Netherlands. That's
Yep.
first thing you guys think about is how much it costs.
Money.
course.
That's awesome.
Gotta,
though. Just love
gotta
get
keep
fun.
the dough, man. You gotta keep the dough, man.
Right?
Gotta have something to spend it. If you spend
Yep,
it all,
yep,
you have
yep.
nothing.
Need to see it.
This
Need
is
to
true.
save it for a Japan trip. So yeah.
Our birthdays every month.
Yeah, so on the other hand, nothing much happened. But Derek, I think you have a lot to say that what happened,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, we just had Necroma finished up their 4-day, 5-year anniversary concerts, and that was crazy. Every night was really an experience, both for the girls, for myself, for Ricky, for the fans. Last night was the one-man live. They played for like 105 minutes, which is insane for an idol group, and they almost did it nonstop. And, well, they pretty much did. And like I don't even know how many songs, but it's ridiculous. They rolled out a bunch of new ones and new in the sense that the new members Michelle and Kunogi don't know the songs. A lot of struggle, Kunogi and Michelle had a tremendous amount of pressure put on them to learn quite a bit of new material, so there was some stress there, but the shows were fantastic. The girls did great. The fans were tremendous. 5 years is a long time in that world. That's like 150,000 years, if we compare it to real human life. Wow. So it's like, they've been around a long time, still going strong. Kaki got real teary-eyed last night during the final MC. She never cries, so she really lost it because she's the only original member still left. So it's like she's been there all 5 years. So Ray's been there, I think, 3 years, and Himari 2 years. Or it might be 4 and 3 there. I don't know. But so it's like, she's been down this road. She was a kid practically, and just I don't know. It's just crazy to think that like we still got a lot more to do. But the girls did really good, and the best part was like our supporting groups were really great. We played with the Screaming 60s the first night. That's a group that has 2 girls, Kai and Montero. Montero is she's like half Filipino, I believe, and Montero is actually pregnant. And decided that she is going to stay an idol, and if you don't like it, too bad. And basically, but Screaming Sixties are very different. They usually play at the band, and their fan base is an older like rock and roll type groups. They're not. I swear they're not even really idols. They're more like rock stars. But when they made the announcement a couple weeks ago that Montero was pregnant, we were just like, oh, okay. And she's pregnant with the bass player's kid, so it's they came right out and said it.
Happy family.
But then they made the announcement the other day that they're done in September. They probably can't continue, at least not for a while. But Montero really loves Screaming 60s, and it's like I don't know, the fans were pretty receptive. They were pretty warm. They all came out. They all did checkies with her. Nobody tried to punch her in the stomach or do anything crazy. It was like. Everybody has been real positive about it, which is weird because it has caused some division amongst many of the people in Idol, but it's also one of those things where people are like, well, hey, congratulations, it was a kid that was made from love, so it's not like it was like it was an accident, but it was like it wasn't like, how do I put it, like it wasn't just like a one night stand type weird thing. Like these two apparently really love each other. So and Kai, the other member, who's just amazing and incredible, during her MC that night during our show, really laid it out there. Was like, we're gonna support her, we're gonna support them. They love Zekio, and we'll just do the best we can. We're gonna take a break. We'll see what we're gonna do. I translate that as, yeah, we're done. But I don't know, because Kai is such an idol and so creative. Like again, she isn't, but she isn't. She's more like a rock star. But Kai is very friendly and very, very much. She's very powerful. So. Our first night was about that almost, it felt, and then of course we played, and then it was amazing. And then our second night was good. We had a Vanden, who's been around a long time, and then also a Kai, who was in Theirs. And Kai is really fun, and she's super weird and super out there, which I didn't realize, like they were selling t-shirts and it had a face of a guy on it. And I asked their Bupong guy, I was like, why are you selling a t-shirt that's some guy's face? They're like, that's Kai. I'm like, huh? And they're like, we digitally enhanced it. Like, I guess like online you can do that where you can make your face look into like a girl or a guy. And like
Snapchat filter.
Snapchat filter.
I laughed so much I almost fell on the floor. And Kai was doing checkies right next to me, and she saw it. She started laughing. It was just funny because it was like, I couldn't believe they're selling that. That's just her attitude. Like, it's funny because the Kai from Screaming 60s is like, we're gonna great butt. She's inspiring everybody. Everybody's like, yeah, kick butt, like her MCs are great. And then the other Kai from there, she's like, Kai desu, konbanwa. Hi. That's literally her, and it's like you can't help but like adore her because it's like that's her. I don't know. And then the third night we had Cross Oasis, which is old Hamida Sissa, which they're really good friends of ours. One of their members, Amoeba, always comes to our show. She was at our one-man live last night. So she played the show the night before, then she was at our one-man. And, I mean, it's just like they love us. And the one girl in the group, Flame, her name is, she's like super in love with Himari. So it's like there's this real cool idol love thing going on between those two. And so it's like anytime we play with Cross Oasis, they just are like, oh, we love you so much. And it's like total love. Like they're one of our really close friends. So I want to give a shout out to all of them because all their fans are great. I want to give a shout out to all the fans who came, all the people overseas who gave us congratulations. Thank you so much. It was pretty cool. But now Europe. So got Europe in ahead. Which maybe I should say, congratulations and thank you, Netherlands. Thank you, 48 Talk. We sold out our Netherlands date. So I put it was great because we sold it out literally 20 minutes before the girls were gonna go on stage. So for the first night. So they were so happy and so overjoyed when I told them. Ricky was really happy, which is rare for him. So it's just like that was just the best way to start off our 4-day 5-year anniversary. So thank you, Netherlands. You guys rock. We're gonna bring it. We're gonna do something real crazy. It's gonna be fun. It's a boat. I mean, that's intimate. So I just feel like everybody's gonna be real close to the girls. I just cannot wait to go on tour and be in the Netherlands because that's like the one show I'm looking forward to probably more than any of them because we sold it out. So I'm hoping the other ones do too. Like Germany, I think we maybe I don't know. We'll see. But
So it's going well, you would say.
Wow.
yeah, it's going real well. It's super well. Like no problems, no complaints.
Yeah, so like you said, so the 5-year anniversary has just been up, and now you're going on tour. Crazy
Yeah,
how
for
things
a month.
how things are going.
Yeah.
For a month.
The growth is just unbelievable on that side.
We're trying.
But yeah, so speaking of which, then we have some news for this week, I would say. I think there's a couple of stuff we can talk about, but let's start off with the biggest one that came out today, I would say. And AKS has decided to switch it up again, I would say, with management.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So, Colin, could you take it away on that note?
I need a hero! Okay, so one joke I do for. Basically, they've had a management reshuffle, and they've invited Oka Masayori on the advisory board, and he is known mostly for the TV show Heroes back in the day, a few years ago, where he played Hero, who had time manipulation, time-space continuum manipulation powers. And he is apparently now a part of AKS, he came from the Better Timeline, with his amazing sword, and came here to help out for a terrible event and hoping to make things better. We needed a hero, and we got one for sure.
Could he have come earlier? Because if he did, we would have still had Kawairina. So yeah.
we literally got a hero, literally, which is kind of funny if you think about it. But he was always called Masaoki in America, I thought.
Okimasa, yeah.
Yeah, he had a
Okimasa.
not stage name, but like kind of a stage name.
Well,
It's like Madonna.
It's been
I
a
gotcha.
lot of shows that I've seen. We talked about this before. Like he's been on Scrubs. He's been on Heroes, of course, his most prominent role.
Y50 probably his second biggest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Recently,
Oh, that's great.
he's been
That's
on The
right.
Meg, that movie. The one with the giant shark.
Yeah.
Sure.
So he has that role. He has a lot of acting qualities, I would say.
Yeah.
And now he's becoming a producer. Something like that, right?
Yeah, he's always, like on Wikipedia, said he was a producer. I don't know exactly for what, but he apparently can do it. So
Well, he has.
why not?
The greatest thing I would say out of this is he has the Western mindset, and
much.
that's
Oh,
coming
yeah,
to
sure.
AKS. So that would be a very good thing, I would say, for.
And if I am correct, I think they dropped almost everyone, and then just
Yeah, the only
added
one.
him and
The only
someone
one still
else?
left standing is Natsuko.
yeah. So they got
Only
rid of
Natsuko's
anyone
left.
else. So it's a fresh slate. It's new.
This
Yes,
is what we
yes,
talked
right.
about on this show, right? That the drastic changes that should have happened. No, that they're doing it. They're really.
I'm getting there.
That's good.
It really gives it up another more legit. It makes their plans on being more international more legit, I would say, if they have more people in management that are that have a Western mindset and also
Mm.
can converse in both English and Japanese as well. So
Mhm.
So maybe they're finally realizing that they're actually, losing a lot of numbers, losing a lot of ground, and thinking, no,
Yeah.
we can't go on like this. We need to reinvent ourselves. So I would say that this is a good step in the right direction. Have
Agree.
this new person who has a lot of experience and history and feedback on the exactly on the entertainment business and what actually goes nowadays instead of staying stuck to the old values. There, you mentioned before, it's like in the underground now. There's a idol that's pregnant, and because of the bass player, there was also news that like two idol girls from the same group were dating each other. They announced that. And the fans are really in this modern mindset. It's like, yay, we're gonna have fun, yay, congratulations. That's the mindset nowadays. Instead of the old mindset, I would say, that everyone was outraged. Still, you have those people, but it's becoming less and less. So you need to adjust your plan. And again, this person would be a very good fit, I would say. I did not expect it. I really did not
No.
expect this. But it's like, well, I know that guy. It's like, oh my god, that's actually someone.
It is him.
Interesting career choice, I would say, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, you know, if you look at are there like there's some fairly famous people that like Idol. Like, isn't there the one Yankees baseball player that always
Yeah.
comes out to Idol songs? What's his name? The
Tanaka.
Tanaka from, you know, it comes out to AKB. So it's
Oh,
like,
that guy. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like you know, it's sometimes we have this idea that like Idol
Yeah,
fans are
true.
just these weird, creepy
No,
otaku
don't forget,
type.
yeah, exactly.
There's
Don't
all
forget
kinds
Kenny
of
Omega
people that love
is
that.
also a Jirina fan.
Yeah, Kenny Omega, of
yeah,
course.
exactly.
Pharrell is a Kojima
No.
Mako fan.
No, are you serious? Pharrell.
They really
Robin
interact
Thicke,
a
man.
lot. Yeah, Robin Thicke did a special video with Oshima Yuko and
Yep.
Kojima Mako.
Oh yeah,
What's
duh,
that
that's
talking
right.
about?
I
No,
saw
Mako,
that.
not Kojima Mako. I'm sorry.
Kojima? Kojima
Kojima.
Haruna.
Kojima Haruna.
Yeah, that
So
of
Chris
course.
Jericho
Jericho
Yeah.
invited, Chris Jericho invited Kojaro to his event as well.
Yeah.
Y2J.
Yeah, the on the wrestler
Yeah.
side. No, there are some people who really follow a bit of the idols. It's more K-pop, I would
Pretty
say.
cool.
But there
Yeah,
are some
of
that
course.
know, and I believe when Kojaru had her her expose, her fashion, or
Mm-hmm.
was it her 22 markets? I think that
Yeah,
thing.
I want to say that.
Yeah, Pharrell was at the opening night actually.
That's amazing.
All right.
Yeah, so they know people, and you see the pictures, of course, with Avril Lavigne doing stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. That one. Yeah.
Lately, stuff like that. So it's out there. It happens. So some celebrities know the local celebrities, and I think that's again the next step to go. Brand out more after 15 years already.
Yeah.
Something?
No, it's 14.
14.
14.
Wow.
No, it was 2005. Yeah.
Yeah, 14
Yeah,
years.
fine.
They're getting into their 15th year.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's-
That's
that's
crazy to
awesome.
even think about. That's so nuts, man.
Wow.
Damn it, Michan. You're so old.
It's weird because you think about like AKB and Perfume kind of came up in the same time period, like the same era, kind of. And like, I mean, not that you can compare the two, they're kind of different, but they still came the same place, Akiba, you know, they came from, you know, Electric Town. And so it's like, even though Perfume is known for being Hiroshima idols, but they really got, they chopped their bones in Akiba, you know, that's where they kind of made it, or well, almost didn't make it because they pretty much failed there. But it's like, you think about it and you think like you never know, like it's weird to think that like how these idols can become something huge. Like I was coming home last night on the train after the show and there were two idols sitting right next to me. I knew they were idols because they the one girl had a backstage pass with the idol group's name on it, and like I've been to the club she was at, and so I'm trying not to pay attention to them and like, you know, giving their space. I don't even want to tell them I'm idol staff because it's like, A, I don't, why would
Yeah,
I? And
exactly.
B, it's just, you know, I want to give them privacy. But it was just interesting to listen to them because I can understand a lot more Japanese than I can speak. And just hearing them kind of, you know, just, oh, I'm so tired. Well, the show was good, wasn't it? Yeah. And then the one girl, she did something I'll never forget. She pulled out a letter from a fan and she looked at it and she read it and she was like, she just did this. unless you put it back. And I thought that was like one of the most beautiful gestures. And the reason I'm bringing that up in comparison to what you just said is because it's little moments like that that I think these idols can grow and become bigger and bigger from. And AKB, they came from moments like that. And that's why they've been around 14 years and 50 years, because at the very beginning, they started with fan letters. They started from dudes that would line up at 5 in the morning and can go and just get a ticket and then go to the theater show before they started doing the ridiculous, stupid lottery. And it's like, they had that. They had that real sense of devotion. And just from that little thing, it grew into this big thing, which is why I wish some of these like overseas groups would understand that the goal shouldn't be to try to appeal to like all mass market, but to the people that will grow your fan base little by little by little, like they did with AKB. It took them a while, but it didn't really take them that long. And now you're working with established brand on top of that. It shouldn't even take other groups overseas even that longer. I don't know. I guess it depends. Sorry, that went off on a whole other tangent, but you get my point. Like, it's just interesting.
I want to say that to follow up, nowadays the only way to expand that with the letters and stuff like that is when they have a birthday page. They have the boxes of the birthday. You can just fill them up, and I believe it was Mutotomu who was on her showroom showing off all the cards she got, and she's like, "Oh, these are all internationals. Like, I'm seeing countries I've never even heard before."
She said that.
And that's amazing feeling to her. And yeah, it's true. You know, that's the effect you can have.
I mean, I can just tell you from the Necroma side. Last night, like one of our fans, he's an artist. He drew this ridiculously beautiful painting.
Yeah,
and,
I saw that one. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's ridiculous. And then like every girl got flowers. Ricky even got flowers. And in fact, the fans made me take a checky of Ricky with the girls.
Wow.
So I had to take like a checky and stuff. And it's like every night they got gifts, and it's like I'm usually in charge of their gifts. Like I'm usually in charge of Himari's gifts because she's the one that gets freaking piles of them. So it's like I have to get them out of her area, otherwise it gets trampled. But it's like I see that, and I see them backstage, and I see the girls. They love every single thing they get. They treasure it. They sometimes they get other gifts. They wear the gifts if it's clothes. It's like that's the beauty of Idol. It's like even with AKB, it's a little bit more difficult. There's even some underground groups you can't give gifts directly anymore because it's just too crazy. But like that's really one of the joys of Idol. That actually, if anyone's watching this too, I'd really encourage you if you come to Tokyo, go for the smaller idols, man, because they're the ones you can have this connection with. And believe me, just watching that girl, I'm not gonna say what group she's in. It's basically a group that has like 10 people that love them. I mean, they're not big at all. I know who they are. And it's like, just watching that look on her face, like I could tell, like that meant something to her, like it was probably just some, when maybe her Oshiman, but it meant something. And it's like, you could be that person to that girl. And that's kind of a really cool feeling. That's Idol. That's Idol to me. So,
yeah.
Sorry, that was my point.
No. Actually, that's good. So let's then get into what happened for the rest of the week. Well, Colin, you always avoid spoilers, but would you mind if we talk about the new single for SKE that's coming out?
Sure, you can talk about it. My opinion is always formed by myself, not because of the opinions of others.
So the biggest thing is don't get frustrated, right? Sorry, I had to throw it in there.
You had to do it like that. You had to.
That was good. Good. Cheers.
SKE48's new single "Frustration" was released on like a radio show, and there's no MV yet. So again, no full opinion will be coming out here. So far, though, I do not like it.
Ooh, how come?
And the biggest problem is, it's basically if you remove all the repeats in the song will be less than a minute. It's just the same, and not even the good parts. And I can compare this to another song that we did like. That was from Hinata 46, because that also has a lot of repeat, and that was on the point it was annoying but catchy. This one, it just feels to me, it's like you are just repeating yourself without anything, without a hook or something I can listen to, and yeah, the rapping apart from it, it's being rapped by a guy that's just, I have no clue who it is, and it's just added there for some reason, and it the music itself, if you remove all the voice, the vocals, I would be like, yeah, I can listen to this. But the vocals don't add anything to the song, I would say, and I think that's the biggest problem to this. It's like, it shouldn't be the other way around, since we're focusing on the group. Shouldn't the vocals have actually the most influence on the song? But to me, it's the other way around. It's like, yeah, it's like the vocals ruin the song for me.
Oh, okay.
So right now, it's no, I don't think it's a good song. That's well, my opinion. Who knows
Not
about
sure.
the other one? Maybe DX, you have some more positive feeling on this song.
Well, to be quite honest, when I heard the teaser, it was first like I saw the teaser and I saw Verata now, and I was like, "Girl, this is way too warm for this. Could you not do it at the lower temperature date?" But besides that point, when I heard the song, I got a real party vibe from it. To be quite honest, I was like hooked, and I really enjoyed it. I've been listening to it almost daily, I would say, but yeah, I quite like it. I enjoy it. It has, for me, it has a party vibe going on, and I enjoy it a lot actually.
Sorry, there's a plane.
Oh, okay. I was like, huh, what are you doing?
It's plane. Damn it, plane.
It's a very low plane, actually.
Okay.
Sorry for the
No, but-
interruption.
No, but as a whole, I quite enjoy the song. Not saying it's a good song per se, but it's better than what the AKB48 group has put out lately. So I'm enjoying it.
I can't even remember the last song AKB put out. It was the Sashi song, and that's what's.
Jiwaru days.
Jiwaru days.
The only thing that I remember from Jiwaru Days is the annoying high pitched Sashi has in the beginning.
Yes, me too.
Wow.
That's good.
Awesome.
That's good.
Awesome. Oh, that's good. Yep. True. I admit. I agree.
If
100%, yep.
if we compare it to that, yes, then definitely the SKE song is a lot better. But it's nothing that I would say that's really punched me up, and I couldn't listen to it daily. I can't even listen to it once. Then it's like I just need to, just skip it. I listen to it for a minute and then I know the entire song. That's really the feeling on that side. But I'm glad you like it, DX. It's maybe something with a different taste for everybody. So everybody has their own taste, of course, and maybe this song is a required taste for some people. But what do you think, Derek?
What's that?
What do you think of Frustration?
Sorry, yeah, you cut out there for like 1 second there.
No worries.
Yeah, so, I mean, I have a couple of different things to look at. I'm also want to compare it to Baby Metal's new song Papaya, because I think it has a lot of similarities in both the way that song that Baby Metal put out is arranged, everything from the repetition to the rapper, to the fact that SKE's Frustration has repetition and a rapper. I find them incredibly similar in that regard, albeit different genre of style. The thing is, I really like the song, but let me ask you a question. This is the actual song, or was it just, like literally them just repeating the same thing over and over again? Because we don't have an actual video. Is it possible they could have just been looping?
It's
It's possible. It depends what the duration of the original broadcast of that thing was.
I think it was
It's
4
possible.
minutes. So it was 4 minutes.
Yeah, it was
the
4.
radio.
Yeah, it sounds like a radio. I get it, but it's just like, okay, here's the thing. Like, I think the chorus is catchy. I love that it's EDM. Yeah, anytime it's EDM, you already got me liking you. I'm giving you a +1. But it's like, I thought the video. I mean, it was what it was. I mean, again, if it's not like an official MV,
No,
it was
it's not
nice to see the
official.
girls. It was nice to see them. And there was not much to say other than that. The rapping, I didn't mind so much. I thought the rapping wasn't as misplaced as it was in Baby Metal's song, which I'll get to. But it's like, it's safe. If anything, that's what makes me frustrated. Is the fact that it's like, it's really safe. It's like they had so many opportunities in this song to put a drop in,
Yeah.
to like do something to switch gears 380 degrees. They could have done so much with this and make it stand out. And that's what I think a lot of these producers of these mainstream groups aren't realizing. You don't have to play it safe. Look at Blackpink's Kill This Love. Like that end part comes out of nowhere. You may like it or hate it, but it comes out of nowhere, and millions and millions and millions and millions of people love that. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact it's original. It's not your typical K-pop song. I mean, it kind of follows a typical structure, and then it goes off into weird land, and that's why I like it. But with Frustration, you could hear, like, there's one part where it's building and building, and I'm like, are they gonna drop?
Yeah,
Are they gonna chorus? Really? And they don't even enhance the chorus. It's not like they do anything really special or different with it. So failure on an epic level to make a song that could have been Song of the Year if they would have just done something different, added a little something, and they didn't do it. So that, SKE, nice try, but you failed. So, but it's still not a bad song. It's better than a lot of the other stuff I've heard, so I'm not necessarily complaining either. But you're right, Robin. The biggest problem, repetition. It's mind-numbing. So that's... Oh, go ahead, Robin. You want to say something?
No, I'm just gonna say it's not gonna be a fully judged version yet because, like Colin's waiting, need to see the official release of the MV, and then I can judge on that. But if it's like this right now, then it's indeed what you said, Derek. It's a fail.
It's a fail. I mean, again, the MV might make it amazing. It might be the MV itself might be like really fun. We might not even care about the song because AKB. It's almost like when they put out a song, you get two different things. You get the video, and you get the song. And good songs blend together. Good songs blend them both. You don't separate the two. For us as fans, longtime fans, we often have to separate to try to find something we like, or in many cases we don't like either. But so this could still have a chance. It could also be that we just heard a repetition and we didn't hear. Maybe there was a drop. Maybe they took it out because it's a teaser. I don't know. I don't think so. I think you're right, DX. It was radio length. So chances are that's the song. That being said, when I compare it to Baby Metal. Baby Metal just put out Papaya as part of their new album. I don't dislike Baby Metal. I think Baby Metal makes music for Baby Metal fans, if that makes sense. Like if you're a fan of Baby Metal, I think you'll have no problem with the song. It has very much a repetition to the vocals. Su Metal is in top form. Baby Metal's got Riho from Morning Musume, which is amazing. And all power to them for picking up such a superstar. Riho's awesome. So it's like, they lost Yui, but they got Riho. So good for them. The two songs I've heard so far off the album, Elevator Girl and Papaya, are just like, okay. Congratulations, Baby Metal fans. You're probably happy. Me, not so much. But the problem I had with that was that they used this Thai rapper, F Hero, I believe his name is. F Hero's great. He's not like a bad rapper. He's a big guy. He's a real big guy. He's got a great voice. He's grimy. He's like somebody you could hear rapping on the alleyway streets with like a little boom box. Like that. I like that they use somebody with he has street cred. He has a lot of street cred. So honestly, F Hero is a great choice. Thai fans are probably losing their minds, but didn't work. Again, it might be weird. I just said do something different. Baby Metal did something different. They've never done that. So I mean, I give them respect in that regard. I mean, the Baby Metal girls have rapped before. They've done rap, and probably one of their most famous songs. What is it? Ia, Ine, and they rap in that, and it's hysterical. It's awesome. But it's also like they kind of took that rap out, I believe, whenever they started doing that song regularly, because I don't think they liked it. Then they go back to rapping with F Hero, which again, not a problem. But it's like if a SK did Frustration and they added a polka part where you have polka. It's like, good idea. I appreciate the fact you're trying to be different. Doesn't quite work. Because you know what's next. It begins with Ka, ends with Zoo. So, it's just
still waiting for that one.
Still waiting. One of these days. And
It's
Cass is
gonna
going to be
happen.
watching this like, did they say kazoo? I think we'll do that. Because these guys are always on.
It's
I'm
gonna
telling you.
happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna open up with a kazoo, and then it's like...
I mean, we're gonna explode. We're gonna do like an emergency 48 kazoo talk. It's gonna be. We've been calling it for years. Robin, you've been calling us for years. So like, we'll do a kazoo special. But I'm just saying, it's like you can do different things, but you gotta be a little bit more coherent about how you're doing it to make it work. And I think just adding a rapper for cred doesn't make you credible. And SKE, I don't necessarily think they did that. I think it's, again, with SKE, AKB, they've been adding a lot of rap over the years, mostly the girls. So it's like, whatever. Okay, I'm actually not, I don't have a problem. But like you said, it didn't do anything. It's like, who was that guy? And it did absolutely nothing to bring the song out. Like, it'd be cool if that guy, if it was during a bass drop, and right after the bass drop, the dude came in, it was like, ba 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 ba, and like, it added to that role.
Don't start with him.
Yeah,
it's like,
oh, don't start. Right. Like, what? Like you could have made me have goosebumps for days if you placed it properly, and also maybe picked somebody a little more charismatic. That guy is real flat with his rap. Like, if they put F Hero in the SKE song, that would have been interesting, because that guy's got some bumps in his song.
Nowadays rap is very flat, to be honest.
I know, I don't like.
Yeah.
I like rap that's crazy, aggressive, or different, or weird. There's been so many great rappers over the years.
There's only one that comes out with a crazy rap like that, and that's of course Slim Shady, Marshall.
Matters.
Yeah.
I mean, great if they got him. Yeah, sure, why not? Bring him over to the fold. I mean, SKE, that would have paid their bills for like 2 years probably. All the Slim Shady fans would have probably just bought into that, regardless of that being idle.
I don't think they could handle that, actually.
I don't think they could either, to be honest with you. But that being aside, like, SKE, Baby Metal, they both put out songs where, again, one's trying to do something really different, the other one's didn't do enough, but both are repetitive, and both just kind of stayed within their genres, which is good, I guess. But it's also like, where's the creativity on this, man? Really, where's the creativity? When you're a Baby Metal and you put out, 2-3 albums, why do you think you could just make the same song, which it literally is all their songs, it's like they've done before, is in that song, and then just add a rapper and say, oh, it's different? And SKE, you kind of feel like they just threw a rapper in there, no drop, and repeat a chorus verse over and over again and play it safe. When are these people at AKS and all the managers going to learn that playing it safe is not the answer anymore? It's almost 2020. We have heard 20 plus years of idol music. It's like Morning Musume crushed this idea 20 years ago. You know what I mean? It's like Ongaku Club Onyaku Club did it. I mean, they did it 30 years ago. Like, you gotta get with the times. Do something creative.
Stop testing the waters with just your feet.
Thank you. Perfectly put.
Maybe they will
So
now
that's
with new
my thought.
management, so maybe they will now.
So we'll
You would
see.
think.
We'll see when the MV will drop, and the same goes for BNK48. We're still waiting
Oh,
for.
there's one thing. Okay, actually, two things. There are also the covers, which I do have an opinion about, and something else. But we can start with the covers because there's one tiny SKE thing that I want to bring up.
You mean the Furata Now and Friends covers?
No. Oh yeah, the covers. Yeah, those. Okay, so I did see the covers. I don't like it.
You don't like
the
it?
regular one, the urban one, I think is kind of dull.
Really?
Like,
And the other?
I do think it's interesting, but in a way that the concept is, but it's like it kind of feels dull.
It's too breezy compared to actually what the song should be about.
Right. There you go.
But those one, it could have been better. It just feels too not coherent. The style of it. Speaking of what is coherent, is the other version, which I don't like because I think it's bad. It doesn't look good, and it doesn't look good, and they had to redo it because there was an error. Like, I think Churi had like 3 arms or something, so they had to redo it.
Oh wow.
I think they looked also an interesting concept, but I think they look bad because it's just poorly done. Theater version, I like. I like the theater version. Like, that's the cover that I do like. So I do have the opinion on the covers. It's all right. I don't dislike it. It's just But what about you guys?
Well, I would say, like I said, so the feeling to the frustration song, it's like you're in this club, you know, it's down the steps of Shibuya, and then you're going crazy, and then you look at the cover and it's like, okay, so you know when you go to a club, you see the posters and they're like, "This is a summer party," and you see everything, you know, the beaches and the water and the trees, and then it's in a club underground. That's what this feeling is. It's like this cheap poster from the '90s. That's my actually feeling on how this cover is going. So, it's fine. Nothing great.
You sound like me. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's
Long enough. That's possible.
Not true.
But I think the X likes them.
Nah, to be quite honest, I think the cover just do their job, I would say, but I don't have a particular opinion on them, to be quite honest. I like the song, but I don't have anything to say about the covers yet, to be quite honest, because I've only saw the regular version. I haven't seen the Aaron version or the theater version yet, so I still need to take a look at those.
And Derek, did you see the covers?
Yeah, I saw the Fear Hatanao, and yeah, I mean, I didn't have a problem with it. It was fine. It just, but you're right, it didn't fit. Like, I was expecting a little more clubby, something a little more edgier, I guess. I don't know, darker. I guess, I don't know. But again, maybe they're going with the whole summer thing. You know, it's summer. Let's be summery, and but it's not really a summer song to me. It's
No.
like you know, if they would have added a good bass drop. And they would have actually put a little bit more thought into the song besides the verse and the chorus. This could have been a real grimy, sweaty club song that, like, you know, invokes, like, you want to go to the club and get your groove on. Like, that could have worked. But it could have been like SKE's answer to Uza 10 years later, you know?
Or something like
Coulda.
Boombaya.
Or Boombaya. Boombaya would have been, yeah, that would have been great. Oh, any day.
But yeah.
And Big Daddy Yuasa is not a daddy anymore. He's a granddaddy. He has a grandchild born today, a few hours ago. Actually, no, born on the 29th. I'm sorry. Was revealed a few hours ago. So, you know, congrats, you know, to Daddy Yuasa having a grandchild. I think that's awesome. It's a boy.
Very cool.
By the way.
Cool.
I want
Very
to bring
cool.
it. It's like, that's just so cute. That's like, But now, the better segue.
BNK48?
Woo!
Okay, so do we have anything on Jabaja?
The July the 5th, it will be released.
4 days.
Probably late again, like Bangkok time. So it's like early afternoon or later afternoon for us. I think.
Are you guys looking forward to it actually? Because
Yeah.
we chastised Jabaja when it came out from the AKB48 version.
I'm looking forward to the video, not the song per se.
Yeah,
but the
more the
video.
video.
I can't remark
Video.
on that. Because it's so low, there are no expectations, so they can only go up. That's that's how I see it. If they did, I had the same, though different, with beginner. I was like, beginner. Okay, it's not, you know, a song I have a particular interest in. So it's like, you know, they can only go up, and they delivered. So it's possible. You know, if they were doing Flying Get, my favorite song, I'd be like, those are my expectations. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. So I kind of prefer that. But I actually did watch the teaser. Because I did see the SKE teaser for Frustration, and I want to say that those teasers are very good teasers. I love those kind of teasers. They show something but nothing.
Yeah.
And I really like that. I avoid it for.
That's a
I avoid
teaser.
Teasers. Yeah, that's a good teaser. You know, normal teasers are show too much, and it's like I don't want to form an opinion. These are good teasers. They're like they show me. It's the same with being gay beginner. It's like it shows me not enough to form an opinion, which is good, or either lean towards specific, you know, whatever, which is good. So it's like, it's good teasers, you know, showing a bit, but not too much to form an opinion already. So which I think is very good. I think they released a nice photo because it's an album, beginner. I thought the album cover looked nice. I liked it. Though I want to see it better, like in the MV, because I was like, I thought they were wearing like stupid colored shoes. But it may be golden, and I was like, golden is better. But you know, it's one of those things. You can see it at the cover. It's like, I thought it was orange, so I was like, is that orange? Or you know, someone said golden, so one of those things. You know what? That's open for interpretation.
Not true.
And so I look forward to that MV. It's this week.
Yeah.
Maybe the SKE MV will also release, so it'll be great for next week. I look forward to it. Been a while, so
Yeah, exactly.
BNK, like I said, can only go up. So it's like
not sure what to expect from the BNK
Sure, yeah,
MV
same.
though, because it's more like, is it going to be circus style? Is it going to be something like that? I'm not sure.
Alice
To be
in
quite
Wonderland.
honest.
I saw.
Yeah, could
It's
it be
just
Tim
possible,
Burton
yeah.
Alice in Wonderland style? I'm not sure, to be quite honest. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Which
Didn't
is
the HKT48 already did the Wonderland thing?
Not true, but
yeah, that's true. I mean,
hmm.
you can still do it.
I mean, The thing is with BNK is, again, we're dealing with our honor roll child here. We're dealing with, the student that always does great, always makes sure that, turns their homework in on time. So I feel like BNK will give us exactly what we can expect from BNK, which is a high quality MV, unfortunately with a crappy song that I don't think really does anybody justice. But because it's BNK, we'll be like, oh, good job. And I guarantee you, BNK will probably find a way to make us like the song because the video is going to be amazing. It's going to be something we're not expecting. If it isn't, I don't know. I'll be kind of surprised, to be honest, because I think if anyone can do it, it's them.
I'm gonna review it on the way. I'm gonna set the original Jabaja and then the BNK Jabaja and play them at the exact same
There
time.
you go. There you go.
Okay.
See
okay,
what you
yeah,
think.
that's-
See
okay.
see what will be better on that side. So,
Hmm.
well, looking forward for that when it comes out. Probably
Yeah.
before our
July
next
5th?
episode. Yeah. So we'll
Yeah,
see what
I
happens.
think I asked her out, and I didn't see the date myself, so I was like, "Is there? Isn't there? I can't miss anything." So it's like, yeah, and I can't see everything. So yeah, July 5th. So maybe okay.
So, did you guys also see stuff of Utakon?
Oh, the Ice One heavy rotation. That one?
Well,
Yes,
also with
I saw your
AKB48 as well.
Ah, yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that one
So before we get to Ice One, AKB48,
on a
Wha-
boat.
they were on a boat. They
Oh,
performed.
On a
Another
boat,
boat.
yeah.
They performed Everyday Katyusha and Paper Airplanes, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was live. Flying Get as well. There was another song I forgot.
On Gingham Check, I think.
Okay, let me check.
Game
yeah,
and check. Hey,
Yeah.
cool.
So all good songs from the past, basically.
yeah. Of course, yeah.
Keep giving it in there. And did it have any other guest appearances? Not much, right?
Don't think so.
It was very limited, I would say. And only 7 members? Something like that? Sakakami 7 style?
And the live studio, I dropped out for like a few seconds. In the studio, you mean?
No, just in Utakon in general. They had 2 separate groups, right? They had
I know
like...
that the Utakon was live, and the other 3 songs were pre-recorded on a boat with, I want to say everyone, but that's not every Team 8 member, but
Mhm.
AKB4. I want to say that, and some Ogre Yui, probably Okada. I can't remember actually.
No, it was 16, I remember, because there was a picture where Yumerin looked very sad because
I
Nachan
heard
and
about that.
Hoguri were doing the hard thing, and she's like,
Oh.
so little funny moment in there. No, but the big thing that came out was indeed Ice One, because they were doing some guest appearance and performance in Japanese. Um, I don't know who the singer was, but it was Cheon with Hyewon, and they were doing like backup dancing for that. But the biggest thing
that's
was Ice One did heavy rotation.
Yes, it was awesome.
Yes.
It was
Oh,
so good.
Oh,
They
man.
crushed that. Sakuraton, like, yes.
Long hair,
that was-
Sakura-san.
Yep.
It was so good. She like invoked Yuko. Like, Yuko, man, I wonder if she was thinking, yep, this girl finally gets it.
That's the girl I
Seriously
influenced
amazing.
way back. My designated whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, so this was actually pretty good, I would say. I could really tell that the mics they were using, they were individually singing at some point, so they can really put out their vocals.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, it was cool to see it, but you could really tell it doesn't fit them. I think that's the biggest difference. It was very nice. It's like they're doing karaoke. That's the feeling to it.
So for me, costumes were cute. I'll give it. I like the costumes.
Hmm.
Basically, it was like imagine my mother giving one of her recipes to someone else who has like not even 1/4 of her cooking experience, and then trying to make it same, but you can taste that it's different, and it not as the other one. That
It's not the
was for me.
same.
It
Yeah,
felt
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Costumes were cute.
But
I go for that.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't totally bad at
No,
all.
no,
it was amazing.
didn't have the cute feeling it usually has, I would say.
The only one part was at the beginning when they go like, this
Yeah.
the moving around part. That was very nice to see. But other than that, it was Cheon stood out for me, and Sakura-tan being center, that was unironically. Other than that, very, very cute to watch, and I like that the community was going so crazy. We need to get this video to 1 million retweets or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And that happened, so it's out there if
Yeah.
you want to see it.
I mean, Eyes One's still going strong after a year, man. It's awesome. And like
it's almost been a
they,
year
you know,
already. Oh, wow.
yeah, for better for worse, they put out some good songs, they put out some not so great songs, but we got some stars, we got exactly. we got some great performers now that we know. Cheon is just, oh my goodness, she is a tornado in living human form.
Yep.
Just amazing. And like, Sakura-tan has grown up a little, but enough that I was very happy. And then, all the other members that have joined from the AKB side just are very K-poppy now, and it's just crazy to think.
I
Great, Nako, for crying out loud.
I don't even recognize Honda Himata.
Same
Hitomi
here.
anymore.
And I don't recognize her anymore either. I was like,
Same
huh?
Same look in her eyes. So for me, it's
Same
different.
look in her eyes, but her hair is so blonde right now, and she
Oh
has
my
slimmed down
goodness.
so much. Oh my god! It was like, what the?
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Could you imagine that like she stays platinum blonde and she's like, well, the 2.5 years are up. I'm going back to Team 8.
Oh boy.
They can't. They can't. They really cannot
They
go
can't.
back. It is really over. It's like they only go back. It's like, hey, thank you so much for supporting me. I'm graduating and going back to Korea, starting a new group. I don't know. That's it. It really feels like you cannot go back from this. It's really, and it's only saying it's a huge step down from where they are, I would say.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Somebody wants to go. It's okay.
No, go for it. It's more.
I
like...
was. Oh.
Derek.
No, I was just gonna say that I think they would be absolutely making a terrible choice to go back to AKB at this point. Nothing against AKB, but Korea has welcomed them, has embraced them, and they are shining brighter than they probably ever will shine in AKB. So I don't think they're coming back. Really, so.
It's a bad business decision if they would actually.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Right.
Basically, to save grace, you can go back, but like I said, don't just announce graduation because you're still then feeling like I'm -1. Hey, I'm making a guest appearance here, and then I'm out. Yes, Colin.
How about, say, theoretically speaking, if they would go back, maybe in an advisory capacity? Would that be fine? Not as a member, but as staff, maybe? Would that be...
They're too young for that.
Too young for staff, man. Too young for backstage roles.
They still
No
have
one
a
is
lot
ever
of
too young for
entertainment.
anything.
They're still gonna do entertainment stuff, because you need to
That's
remember not every member, but a lot of members are part of an agency, and they have their own managers, and they have their own schedule, and what's best for business and what's best for the agency.
Right.
So in the
Right.
end, it will be like, yeah, I don't think this is best for business if we go back to this group where you started. I know it's where you started, where you have a friend, but if you want to make a name for yourself, it would be better just to move on away from that. That's also influence on that side. So no, I don't think it would be best interest. Be like, Sakura, Nako, you've been dancing crazy. You have this high level performance. We're gonna put you in an HKT song right now and just do a little dance, and they'll be like, what the hell? Why are you guys not doing anything or putting some effort into it? Their level is now here, and HKT is basically a little lower than that, I think. There's no song. There's nothing coming out. For what? For now, almost a year.
Yes, something like that.
Yeah, May, I want to say, last year. So
The
yeah.
last song was Calendar,
wait.
right?
Yeah, that was last year, and then there was Ishi. Sashi's last HKT single. That was
Yeah, pretty much.
a month after Jiwara Days. So there was
Something
that,
like
but
that, yeah.
before that,
Was
No.
that an official HKT song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even
Yeah.
notice.
No one liked it of us, so we forgot.
Maybe
I
that's
forgot
why.
it for a minute there.
Yeah, like I said, the only thing I remember was the calendar song. Oh, I think
Yeah,
Colin froze.
Yeah, I think so as well.
You got to really wonder what the logic is there. Like, I mean, we're dealing with musical groups, and you have staff obviously that can write songs. I mean, at the very least, you could put out albums. We may not like them, but it's like you got people to do that. What is the holdup? You know, like what is going on where you can't actually put out something? You know, all these groups. It's like they're all in limbo. I honestly though, I think a lot of it is NGT. I think that put a huge
That's a group that still exists?
freeze.
Yeah.
Well, no, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it put a huge freeze on everybody and everything in the AKB world because that went from what they thought was a small issue to worldwide and
Worldwide, pretty much, yeah.
out of their control. And they, you know, I think everything got put on hold to try to figure out how are we gonna deal with this? What are we gonna do?
I agree.
You know?
Pretty much contributed on getting that incident worldwide, so yeah.
Yeah,
So-
pretty much to that. But any other thoughts, Colin?
Sorry.
Any other thoughts on that situation?
No. Like I said, can only go up.
Can only go up. Well, yeah, we'll see what happens with Ice One. I really like that they performed the heavy rotation, and the people really like that.
Yeah.
So I want to compare that now to then something else that was slightly new, and maybe we can talk a bit about it. The new stage came out from AKB48. So they're doing the home stages. I only saw one part. And of course I only saw one part because I get bombarded because I follow a lot of people who are fan from this person, and that is Okada Nana. She did a performance with Murayama Yuri that was
Ooh, okay.
interesting. I forgot the song, something Boku, something. A lot of songs are with Boku, so. But basically they did a duet, and it's perfectly for their style, so I think Yukurin had an influence on that. It's like, you two like each other, right? Then perform the song together.
Oh, wow.
So I heard only comments like Nachan dances faster, but the singing on Yuri is more solid compared to the song, so they're gonna work on it. But they're enjoying the stages, and that's all I've saw, heard, and keep seeing because it's really getting retweeted by everybody on that side.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyone
I
else?
haven't seen-
Yeah.
I haven't seen the stage itself yet, sadly, so I can't really comment on it. I couldn't find it anywhere, so.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch it either. I was like, yeah, it will be up later, and it hasn't. So it's like, okay, so I'm gonna watch it later. The only thing I saw was probably, in my opinion, the coolest. Seichan, Mion, Magu, guns, like really cool, real guns. Well, realistic
real.
guns. I thought that was
airsoft guns, probably. So
Th-
yeah.
Those they look great. I saw on Magu's MobaMe like with all these guns.
With those
I was like,
guns.
that's cool. That's cool.
You
They
had
look.
bullet
They
club now?
look.
You had bullet club now?
Yeah, it was. I loved
Yeah.
it. I was like, okay, that's something I want to see more of. Great photos, but I haven't seen anything else. It's an interesting set list. I do know that, but it's not up yet. But we'll see. I want to see it.
Maybe for next week. Who knows? Derek, any thoughts on that?
I didn't see it, so I'd probably be
Yeah.
remiss to not comment. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
It's getting harder and harder lately to follow all this stuff. It used to be a lot easier, but now
Yeah.
you need to do a lot more effort, basically, instead of, just go over here and just click it and you can watch it. Now you actually need to deep a little further into the ground to watch this
Right.
stuff.
It's usually, a stage performance is found on AO the same day, like a few hours later, and you can instantly watch it,
Mm-hmm.
instantly download it, and then watch it later. Only this stage is like a little bit later. But you do have to know where you have to look, but once you know that, or you know how to look, then it's relatively easy. It depends on personality.
You guys,
if you're used to that.
you guys watched AK Bingo this week?
I forgot.
Same.
Didn't.
Didn't see
I
it?
blame the weather.
Oh, okay, but a little bit on the weather maybe at the side, but again, normally we don't miss it like any week, and this week we're just like, Oh yeah, AK Bingo. Forgot. That means either it of course it happens, but it also means that the show isn't that interesting anymore. That also has influence, I would say.
Well, the YouTube show is more interesting,
Yeah.
to be quite honest.
That's true. I still need to watch the two other that came out, but I did like the first one I saw with the
The second one was with the mustard pastry thing. The
English, right?
In the English
yeah,
interview.
in English, yeah. Oh man, that was funny, to be quite honest. I haven't seen part 3 yet, but part
Yeah,
2
me neither.
was hilarious.
I like this route they're going. It's much
Oh,
easier
yeah.
to find. I think that's a big. We're now living in a day when we want things to watch that should be easier to find. We don't need to do much research. If you want
Sure.
to watch it, just I want you to grab my phone, just be like tick tick tick, watch it, and I'll be happy. Whoa, a little windstorm there. But I don't want to be like, okay, I have to go to this site, then go in this way, then I have to log in, have to do this, I have to register, I have to, you know what, screw it, and then I'm gonna just watch this, because we want comfort, we want it easier on that side, and...
I will disagree with you on that instantly.
Yeah?
I'm someone, I'm very good at finding things. You know that. You asked me for London Hearts, and then bam, I had it
Easier.
like right away.
Yeah.
For me, it's like second nature. It's like almost as second nature as speaking another language for me. I don't have that. I think it's kind of lazy, if you say it like that. Which, fair in a sense. But for me, it's like, oh yeah, I know where to look, how to look. Like, give me a minute and I have it. So for me, it's more so natural for me to find
Yeah.
it and to look for it that I don't really find it bothersome.
You know why that's a lot easier for you? Because the first time you did it, the effort you took has now been like, oh, I know where to go. So you have experience on that, and that's why
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not on that. And
Right.
and I can agree on some point. It's more like lazy, or basically my time has been spending somewhere else. But I'm still a fan, I would say, and I still would like to watch these things. But I'm not experienced anymore of, I can go this way or I can go to this location and instantly find it. Now I have to do this effort again and spending time on this again to learn it, to make it easier for myself. But I would say yes, a little bit of lazy. I'm lazy.
It's kind of like riding a bike. Some things you don't really forget. I think.
You just have to get accustomed to it again.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
that's true. Yeah, there's some things you always,
Mm.
depending on who you are, need to get accustomed to. And there are some things, depending on who you are, like
But
find it, have it.
that's my point again. As long as the content is interesting enough, then you would watch it.
I
Well-
watch it if I want to watch it.
There.
I mean, no, there's a time, I think we all can say this, yeah. Like when
I know.
AKB was putting out regular content on a variety of platforms. You had Otakake, you had AKB Show, you had
Yeah.
AK Bingo, you had blah 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 blah. And like it was a really good time to be a fan of AKB because also the streams online were getting put up pretty fast. We had several different subbers that were jumping on those beyond fast. And we also had a pretty good community of aggregate sites that where you could find anything on. They've all gotten taken down, and people just gave up. People kind of grew out of it. People were like, eh. And again, because it's not going in directions we want it to go, and also the star power is not there as much anymore. You don't, when you don't have girls like Sashi, who's the ace of AKB, never appearing on like their main show, what does that say? It's like, for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. It's just the point is, it's like, there was a time when you could watch Achan and Koji Haru and Takamina and Yuko every single week on AK Bingo. And then it got, well, you could see them once in a while, and then you got once in a year, and then never.
Mhm.
So it's like you kind of lose the sense that if AKS and the girls, their managers and agents don't think it's that important for them to be on it, why should we think it's important to watch? Versus like Otakake, which was like every week Sashi was there. Every week, her and Goto had fun. The HKT girls, no matter how boring whatever they did was, I still found something fun to watch about it because Sashi and Goto usually always made some crazy joke, or it got to the point, if you guys remember, where they'd spend the first 15 minutes of the show them talking.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then they were like, oh, we got to get to the show. But the camera people were smart enough to let that go because it was interesting. And then, when you get people like Okubo-san for SKE, just going back and forth with Calaton and like Tani and just ripping all those girls. you had star power. Who do they got now? It's like there's just nothing. It's again nothing against the girls, but is anybody really making us feel like we're compelled to watch? Are they doing anything different that makes us think we got to check it out? It's not even availability. It's the fact it's how urgent it is to watch. And they don't granted, availability is important. Anything you want to say about Netflix, say what you will, but they had this vision years and years ago, this idea of demand really, and nowadays that's exactly it. We want to be able to press a button on our phone and boom, we get whatever we want served up to us on a platter with subtitles and preferably wrapped in a bow tie with our favorite Oshi wrapping it. Like it's just like I get it, and that's where we're getting to. I think overall as a culture in this world that things will be immediate, like completely. Like, do you guys ever see that movie Minority Report?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you remember that one part? I think they're on the subway or somewhere. There's a box of cereal, and on the cereal, it's like the news is being shown or something.
Yeah.
And it's like we're gonna get to the point where that's not fantasy. And it's same with this. Like, there's gonna be whatever happened to like the streaming Netflix service, like for AKB or like that whole streaming thing.
Aizo,
Like that's
Aizo, yeah, that's still
Aizo,
up.
yeah. So
I mean, it's like they need to do more of that and make it more important, market it more, make that more priority. In fact, if I was AKS right now, I would focus on the past right now to remind everybody why they should still love AKB, to forget about the stain of NGT this year. And I think like if they did that, they could really start remembering things. I mean, there's a reason why they're playing Heavy Rotation, Everyday Katyusha, all these classics at shows now.
Yeah.
Because A, they know their songs now suck, and B, it's like you gotta kind of remind people this is the glory of AKB, that they can play these songs like we had that discussion before. They can play it now, they can play it 20 years from now. A hit's a hit's a hit. It's still gonna pop. And so if I was them, I'd be pushing that streaming service and saying, hey, let's go visit AK Bingo, the classics. Let's go through a marathon this year. And I think we'd all be like, yeah, that'd be fun. Let's do it. Like I could see some fans doing that. I would.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's that urgency until
exactly.
they come up with the next Otakake, until they come up with like the next show where we really, it's like every week we're seeing something that's really funny and interesting and we're all talking about, we're excited about it. Just gonna diminish. It's gonna be more personal. I think it's like one of you guys said that. I think it's gonna be more about like girls getting on Showroom and making us like them. It's gonna be individual instead of group, unfortunately. I don't want it to be. I think that's where we're headed.
Sadly, though. All right.
Sadly.
Anything else before we go to the end of the month AMA questions from our Patreon fans?
I think we got a couple of selections for the Asia Fest from MNL, JKT,
Thank you.
Okay.
Saigo, and Taipei, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the Filipino fans being real happy with the selection from MNL48 for the Asia Fest. I'm not quite
This
sure
guy.
why, but
This
Derek,
guy.
you take it away on this one.
This guy. Kay, even though we have this weird pretend like I'm Conkeisha and you're an idol, still not Conkeisha in the sense that I don't work with AKB. Oh, my voice just cracked there. That was funny. Congratulations, Kay. You made it to the festival. I'm very proud of you, and I hope that you have a great time, and I'll be supporting you and cheering you on because I think you're great. And I've actually been getting a lot of Koshis messaging me on Twitter, like direct messaging and sending me things. And they're all like, oh, did you see your girl, like what she did? And I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, I mean, I follow her pretty religiously now because she's really incredible. But also, she just earned it, man. So congratulations, Kate. Congrats to all the girls in MNL. But now the question is, are they gonna go there and do a repeat of that nonsense they did before? Because I hope they don't do that. I hope they stay idle. And if they're listening, they better listen. Stay idle, stay proper, give the Filipino pride and spirit, put it into the actual AKB songs. Don't try to step out of it. Don't try to do, Filipinos doing AKB, or other way. I'm tongue tied there. Don't make it a Filipino thing. Make it an AKB thing. That's all I'm asking you to do. I'm not saying lose your identity. I'm just saying I want these girls to like understand when they're on that stage. Do the mixes, do the cheers, do it Japanese, because then you're properly representing AKB. And I'm hoping I'm gonna be really watching this time because I really want to see if they learned. Because if they didn't learn, gonna have to start going back to my original thoughts about them, and I don't want to do that because I actually really like MNO now. But
Only go
we'll
from
see.
up,
But Kay,
right?
Kay's there. Yeah, but Kay's there. So I have a feeling she's gonna lead the charge, and I have a feeling she gets it. She's half Japanese, so I would hope like that part of her would really be like kicking in there and like thinking, okay, let's do this properly. Let's really reflect this amazing group from Japan instead of trying to insert ourselves so much into it that it becomes something else entirely, which is not a good thing. Not at all.
Any other
But
thoughts on that, Colin or DX?
AKB still hasn't made their selection yet, to be quite honest.
Mhm.
So, kind of curious about that one.
I thought they did.
Not at the main site.
Are you? You really?
No, you're confusing it with another event. Like they've announced like a few lineups for other things, but not.
Yeah,
for
Jam Expo. That was Jam
Okay.
Expo.
Okay.
But-
Okay.
but,
Okay. My
Asian Fest,
bad.
still
That's
nothing.
interesting. That's interesting. I wonder why they haven't. Probably just scheduling. Scheduling is crazy for idols, so I can understand if they're taking time.
Hopefully that might be it then.
Colin?
So basically, what I really like. Okay, so first of all, BNK. I think the lineup is great. Jeprong is there, Pun is there,
Of course.
Mobile is there. Music is not there. That surprised me, and a lot of people are disappointed by that because she has a pretty big fandom in China as well. And I think they could have switched out. Orn is there. Orn is great. Izurina will be going. Noe. And there are two others. Like one of them.
Nikki.
Yeah, I love her. So I would say if switch up. But new blood. You need new blood every now and then. But what is funny? Well, you probably have noticed it too. Every lineup has 8 members that are going.
Yep.
Except the hosts, they have more, which is fair. It's fair. And so far, 8 per group are going. So that's it's at least it's all equal in that sense. All the guests, same amount of people, which is better because I hope that. The one thing that I think Asia Festival, the first thing, still the best thing that happened this year. I think it was awesome. Still is awesome. I can watch that like every day and still get the same reaction out of it. The first time, I think, really my favorite thing so far this year. Probably will be like that, but you never know. And I hope they get more time to rehearse with one another. I remember, I think it was Yuihan or Mion. I want to say Yuihan. Who said that somewhere that there wasn't enough time to really rehearse with one another, at least from AKB's perspective. I'm not saying from every group, but from them perspective, that it was so busy for them that they did not really have a proper time to get to know each other, or maybe not hang out for a bit, as in let's get something to drink, but more of even behind the stage, like doing something. So I hope they get more time in that sense to rehearse, do something with one another, because there's always some cliques, that people have, and I want to see more of those girls. Some great performances, collabs. I want to see something. Like those Heart Got the Virus with, I don't know, what was it, Yui.
Oh, this could be fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
Either way, one member from each group, a 3 or 4, doing a song, or even the multilingual heavy rotation. I thought that was awesome. Even Aitakata, they did that too.
Yeah.
Like, do something like that. That would be cool. Like those older AKB concerts where you started. Maybe I'm switching.
Just some classical collaborations. That's what you're hoping for.
They start with the ones that we all know, and then somewhere in the middle later they do the
unit songs.
Known units, and then end with like great encore with Everyday Kachisha, of course, or fortune cookie, something that everyone can love. To really end off, I would love.
It's a good format. Always works.
It's at least promising.
Unless you're Okada Nana, then you're probably in all of them. So yeah.
Maybe.
Gotta watch
really.
it.
Either way, 24th of August, 25th, 24th of August. So that would be amazing. Maybe AKB will release their ones. I don't think they did today. So maybe soon, hopefully. I think they're the only ones.
Maybe somewhere next week.
Yeah,
maybe.
hopefully.
It's kind of odd, but okay. Maybe scheduling. It's possible because they also have the concerts. Don't forget.
Yeah.
And he froze.
Andy Froze, interesting picture is that actually. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Colin's having the same issue currently what I'm having. The heat is getting up and the motors of the... Hi, welcome back. You're also having a little trouble with your PC because of the heat?
It's like the 3rd drop I had.
Yeah, so...
Either way, great national tour. I hope for some fun things. It's gonna be... I hope it's great.
Very good then. Shall we then go to the Patreon questions of the month?
Sure.
Yes. Let's
Okay
do it.
then. So I have them here on the phone. And first up, so if you don't know, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/48talk, and once a month, I think for $5 a month, you can ask 3 questions about anything idol related, and we will answer them on the show at the end of the month. So for this month, it's for Jerrison Oracion is going to be the first. Can you describe the relationship between Okada Nana and Murayama Yuri?
Can you, Robin? Can you?
Well, Robin.
Can you,
Well,
Robin?
Robin.
Yeah, well,
Please
Robin.
take it over.
Elaborate us.
Okay. So basically, if it wasn't obvious enough, the way it works, and to them, and they know of this, is they are basically a very, very sturdy ship together. The idea is they really love each other, like not just hey, I love you. This like they really have strong feelings for each other. But it was first like I like you this. But since the fans' reaction was so big on that, they now turned into like this angle. It's like no, I actually love you, and they get attention from it. And it's the Yuna ship basically. And every time they perform together or they do something together or stages, everybody's focusing on them because it really gets attention. So I would say yes, they are very, very, very close friends in real life. But what they do on stage implies that they are more. But that's all basically work, I would say. That's basically the. Let's talk about this so that people will get to talk about us. That's the idea behind it. So sorry to burst the bubble for a lot of people, but that's how it is. It's like yes, there is some truth behind it of what they care about each other, but they really exaggerate a lot of points, I would say. So when they're basically going to sleep over, it's like someone's sleeping over. No, they're like so they're in the same bed or something. Oh, they're gonna go going to the bathroom, sharing a tub together and stuff like that. Like no, someone's staying over at their house. That's it. That's basically the idea. But when they tell their stories, there's like, oh, she always leaves her clothes, around lying around, or I saw her do this. I took a picture of doing this. And it's like, yeah, you can exaggerate those stories. I think that's the major relationship on that.
That's well put. Well put.
Any other? Well, what do you
No,
guys?
do
Because I focus a lot on this because. Of course, Mayoshi is in there, and I really like Murayama Yuri as well because of this whole reason. But maybe from a different perspective, what do you guys think?
To be quite honest, truth be given, they probably are really close friends. But I just don't see showbiz part and real life part as a blend. I would say it's more like they might be close friends, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're actually in a relationship with each other. So I think they're just close friends, and that's about it. Those are my thoughts in any case. So,
Colin?
I have nothing particularly to add, though I am a kind of person that values people that, they separate their professional life and their personal life. I think that's very important. I come from a family that works a lot with one another, and we really are like on the work floor, professional. I'm gonna say it like that, nothing to show. Even though we've had family members who brought in their boyfriends or girlfriends, to work. That's fine, we do that. But professional is professional. Keep it, professional life is professional life. Keep your private life private.
Okay.
Or, don't let it mix in with professional life. That's my stance.
What do you think, Derek?
I mean, I see. The thing is, just like with Idol, and like I think a lot of people have to understand that, like, it's very. This is gonna sound maybe wrong in the context of what we're saying, but tongue in cheek. Like, I think it's more like a lot of these girls they're just messing with everybody. Like, the reality is just like, okay, like I look at my girls, right, the girls I work with, and we play with many idols, and many idols love Necroma. Like, they're a very popular group among other idols. And a lot of idols will say, "Oh, Necroma is kakui, is so cool," and a lot of them are very intimidated by the Necroma girls. But then there's a few that have kind of snuck their way into the Necroma girls' lives and are like really lovey-dovey and all touchy and just it's crazy. But it's like Colin said, it's work. It's at the end of the day, these girls don't hang out outside. They don't talk to each other. They might have line messages sometimes. Sometimes they might go out to dinner together. But it's not very few you see being super close friends. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It's just, it's work. So if Nachan and like Miriyama Yuri actually do have something there, I would be really surprised. I think that's all show. That's all fun.
I think
It's just
the biggest,
friends. Yeah, I'm sure friends, but
the biggest example is, those stories they always tell when the dressing room stories. You've heard them a lot about them. Yeah, she was undressing in front of me and she was just wearing her panties, and you have those stories. The fact that they're telling the story already, excites people. But basically, they were just changing. We were just in a dressing room. Of course, what do you do in a dressing room majorly? You change.
Yep.
I mean, okay, like again, the underworld is very. I don't know if it's that different. I've seen, shots of the backstage of the AKB theaters. They're not that big. So the thing is like, I mean, I've been in backstages where idols literally are getting butt naked right in front of me. They don't care. Like, they know I'm staff. Like they either trust me that I'm not going to be a weird pervert about it, or it's like they just don't care. And it's like a lot of them, they're just used to it. It's like it's work for them. So, the girls, when they're getting dressed, like, think about it, you're a brand new idol. You get into idol, and then you're there, and there's some idol right there just taking her pants off, whipping her bra off. That would be like, yeah, how many stories of Yuko running around braless? Yeah. But to the Kohai, think about it. Here's this superstar you only ever see clothed, and suddenly she's butt naked in front of you. And Milky was like that. Milky always wore like super sexy underwear. She was always crazy about that stuff. But that's also her personality. She's very playful, So it's like some of these girls might play with these girls. And also too, if you think about it, if you want your time to go well, and you want a girl to maybe help you or work with you or do something for you, and you see her looking at you, and maybe she's curious, play on that. That's just smart. That's smart marketing. That's smart management.
But that's that's basically what I'm saying. The story itself is more emphasized than the event itself. That's always it. So basically, what I'm getting back to the original question, yes, they are very close friends. Yuna is a real thing, but definitely their stories are always extended. And every time you see them on showroom together, they now have an unofficial daughter, added to the group.
Yeah.
It's all for show. And still, I enjoy it. It's very fun to see them interact with each other. Of course, if you do it at very close, if you like each other, then it's always better to have that kind of content. Yes, Derek.
Oh, okay, you bring up a good point. But I have a question for you, and I have a question for all of you actually. This is something that has been on my mind because, again, I'm surrounded by girls every day, like beautiful girls who are kind of close in some cases. Some of them very close, like hugging and kissing close, like not necessarily in a sexual way though. So that's my point I want to ask you is, with guys, like I wouldn't come over to the Netherlands and go over to Colin and give him a big kiss and hold his hand and stuff. I mean, because in normal culture, and I say normal loosely, and I don't mean that by saying normal, should be normal. I'm just saying that seems to be the accepted mannerism, that expressions of homosexuality, it's like not okay for guys, but for girls,
I'm the wrong person for that.
Robin, what was the first thing I did to you when I saw you in January?
Yeah, basically hugging and stuff like that. So, Derek, I have so many stories at work when I see a coworker and I say "love you" mwah, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
that's way.
Yeah,
but that's okay. Like, to me, like, I don't have a problem with it. I think love is love. Like, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like if two guys want to hold each other's hands and have that same kind of expression that's been historically feminine, as we've called it, why should they be shamed for that or like made fun of
No.
or oh you're gay and like even if they are, who cares? Like that's not a bad thing. And
No.
2020, 2019, I hope it is. But with these girls, it's very much out in the open and it's appreciated. And in Japan, particularly, nobody has a problem. But then again, physical stuff like that isn't really out there either all the time. So when it is put out there between idols, it comes off as kawaii more than sexual.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand that.
It's more of a kind of a gender thing. Like girls are just more likely to do that. I know girls who did that. It's like, yeah, that's very normal, guys.
They always test like, hey, did you brew?
exactly.
Did you drink some milk and stuff like that?
Yeah.
No, that's all out there. But again, when you see it on the entertainment like that, it's only for the show. When behind the stuff, it's not that big. But when they tell about it on stage, they make it bigger than it is. And again, that's the original question. That's basically the relationship. Things are happening, but not as big as they basically are saying it. Okay.
Right.
So, next question then. Oh, this is a good follow-up then. Can you describe the fans of predominant members? And as examples, you give Okada Nana, Matsu Jurina, Sashi Army, the battles between Maeda Atsuko and Oshima Yuko. Yeah,
You know what? I think I'm gonna give one single word. I think all of them are just loyal. Loyal to
Yeah.
a team.
loyal, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
just doing
That's a
what
good word.
all for them. You know what they can. With Jurina, with all of them. And I think that's good. I think that's good.
True that.
Sure, there are different types. I just would say first and foremost, all of them are very, very loyal. It's good, doing everything for them.
Even up to this day, I mean, even like someone like Takamina still has fans. Even Maeda Atsuko still has fans. So it's more like you like the person itself now instead of
Yeah,
the idol, I would say.
and on the other hand, they sometimes go overboard. You have people who are too
Yeah.
dedicated,
Yeah.
like to a
Selling
point
their
that it's very
house,
unhealthy.
whatever.
Yeah. True.
Or when their idol has like their scandal, they go completely nuts and like, you betrayed me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I get it because we had talked about this last week with what is idol, the goddesses worship style on that point. I would say, yeah, you have certain groups that are dominant, but there's a reason for it because the idol, the member, they are showing so much appeal. They'll gather groups, and then you create a community, and that's basically with everything. You talk about each other. Have you seen what she did lately? Oh, that was so amazing. Have you seen what that's done? That's great. Let's talk about it. Hey, you want to go grab a drink and then talk about more about this? That's how it works. That's how it goes. Yeah, I would say the army thing. It's crazy at some points, but that's being a WOTA, I would say, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Go ahead, Derek. What do you think about this?
I'm not really sure. Like, I mean, they're just talking about like fan bases, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
basically,
the
yeah.
question was a little confusing to me. I mean,
Dominant
I
fan
call it-
bases, like the big ones or something.
Yeah.
Colin said it best, loyal. But at the same time, what always mystifies me in Idol is who gets those fan bases. Because the ones that I think deserve it don't ever have it. Like, there's this group, okay, that I not work with. When I say work with, it's like we play with them. Called Oldoro. And Oldoro 2 girls used to be a bigger group. They've lost members. I don't really know their history. All I know is recently I've been listening to them nonstop because they're great. They have a female manager, which is kind of rare in our world, so that's even cooler. And she's super nice. The girls they're fantastic. Their music is really not it's original. It's not the same crap. And it's like it's so catchy that after one listen, you might actually I call it like it's an insta classic. They have a couple. And they have nobody. Nobody watches them. They're like 5 fans. And I'm just thinking, what am I missing here? And also in Idol, because in Japan, idols play a lot. Some groups play every day. Some groups play twice in a day. Some groups play almost every week, guaranteed. As a fan, these shows aren't cheap. You're talking $30 equivalent, $40 sometimes.
Yeah.
And you're talking every day. And that's just to get in. That's not counting the drink ticket that they like to snap on there, an extra $5, $6, $8, $10. If it's a double drink, like you'll see, oh, free show today, $20 for your 2 drinks, you know, and then if you want to do checky, you might end up spending another $20, $30. You're looking at $50, $60 every single show if you want to participate, right? So I get that some fans just can't come to every show, but when I see a group consistently every time that is amazing, never draw anybody, I don't get it. Versus there's some groups in my world, again, huge fan bases. I won't name who because I don't want to criticize them publicly, but I just don't see it. I don't see why they're this big. I look and I'm like, huh? Like this group, like they're just not what I would think is even remotely good. They're just repeating the same garbage. Not garbage, but they're not doing anything new. Nothing new. But in Idol, one thing I noticed that is true and consistent about fan bases, there are certain guys that like certain types of girls. And if that girl is in that group, it doesn't even matter what the girl sings or does,
Yes.
they will go for that girl.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yep.
Personality, looks, maybe it is singing. Something about that girl will draw the otaku out of the otaku and make you go super obsessive. And then it's like, I'm your fan till I die. And then multiply that. You might get some girls in these idol groups have major appeal on that level to a group of people. Whether, for example, some people like really long hair. Guys that like that traditional Japanese long hair look will go after a girl like that instantly. You see what I'm saying? Versus guys that might like the girls that dye their hair blonde and short and look kind of punky. And it could be something as simple as a hairstyle, or it could be their smile, or whatever the case is. But
They need to have that one moment.
Yeah.
Right. And some girls, and I give a lot of idols credit for this, they're geniuses in making you feel that. They know what their charm points are, and they'll expand that to infinity until they get you. And once they got you, time to go to the next one.
Suda,
Right?
Akari,
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Watame
Yagi.
Milky.
Right.
You
Look
get-
at Milky, for crying out loud. Milky was the fish master. And
Yep.
she know, even today, even now, go to that
Even now with
Instagram
her
post.
videos, yeah.
Oh my god, Nami Amuro. Like, Nami Amuro Mitai. Like, she really, like, invoked Nami, and, like, Amuro-tan.
Lots
And, like, it's
of
just
hip movements. Lot of hip
Yep.
movements.
Lots of them.
lots of just amazingness. Just, wow. Like, but it's Milky. Even from the grave, so to speak, she's fishing us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
Yep.
like, there's some girls, they just got it. Ask Andy from Saccharism. He'll tell you all about it.
Yep.
All right, and then finally from Jerrison this is a funny question though.
Yeah.
Which members are food experts? Like Shimizu Maria Okadanana? No.
No.
And Yasuda Momone. So, food experts.
Okay, so I'm not a member, but I know from B&K, Kaimuk really likes cooking, so I would say that I don't really, as one of these things that I personally don't really notice. Well, I kind of do, but it's like, it's one of these things. For instance, because I can do it, I'm not really interested in it if anyone else can. Like, it's one of these things I don't really notice, because I'm like, I can do better. Sorry, not sorry. That's everyone has their own thing. Or anything else, or a special trait or personality trait. Some things you don't really notice. It's not something that I really notice. Like for this, it's a fun question. I like it. The only one that comes to mind that I'm like, yeah, I associate her with that is Kaimuk from B&K, who absolutely loves baking. She wants to create her own bakery, one of those two things.
Mm-hmm.
And she's in B&K mostly for that, I would say. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, work is work. You get your money. That's fine. It's good. It's good, I think. So I would say her. I wouldn't necessarily know anyone else. At least not that comes to mind.
Yeah, so the example that you got, Okadanana, that's so wrong. She likes cooking, not an expert. Totally the opposite. Like, needs always help from someone. There was this one time with an egg, it was horrible. Horrible that he did that. I would say an expert. The one that's still active is Yokoyama Yui because she has that degree in the spices that's going over there. Like Kawe Rina did that as well. Get that spices degree. That was very hard. Former member Takashi Juri did also a lot of cooking. That know what she was doing. Miyazaki Miho knows what.
Yeah.
Former
Yeah.
Shimada.
Shimada Ruka is
Yeah.
an expert. He's an expert though.
She's a very good expert. Well, she likes tasting it. Well, it used to be like that. Minigeshi Minami, I would say a bit.
I know some members who have cooking as a hobby, but not necessarily being an expert. I know Komi
Yeah.
has cooking as a hobby.
That's true.
Ota now has cooking as a
Oh
hobby.
yeah, that's also true. See?
Again, it's good for
Yagi-
entertainment to cook.
Yagi Moeka also has cooking as a hobby, but I'm not necessarily know if they're expert or.
No, but
That's a
that's
hobby.
that's the thing. The idea of idol, is to present like the perfect partner, you would say, and cooking like the housewife. That's still a traditional thing in Japan. They get up at 4 a.m. just to make your obento
Yeah.
for that. So when they do a cooking stream, that's just appealing for the fans again on that part. So I wouldn't say they're expert, but it's mandatory to have a skill because there's a high chance you have to do it for variety or entertainment purposes to have the cooking challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
What do you think, Derek?
I was trying to think about like different girls over the past that I knew was like into food, and the only ones I can keep thinking were like I sad this is boring, but like the ones that we all know, like Matsurina with her like being able to eat like super spicy
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
And
Oh
then,
yeah.
Another one.
how great was that? She would like just my like eye watering, and she's like, oh, this is good, and
Gekigara.
really trying to do that.
Yep.
And then you go the opposite route with Tomochin, who had like no taste buds.
Yeah, pretty
Like,
much.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, this is
This
like
is
she
good.
could taste.
Whereas
You remember, like,
yeah.
Yeah, you remember like AK Bingo? They used to like eat horrible stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like
This is
back in the good days when they
What?
tortured idols like that, it was funny. And there were some of them were like, yeah, there's no problem. No problem. I don't know if that makes them good food experts, but food tolerant, I suppose.
It's like
Tolerant,
you
maybe, yeah.
you can cook, congrats, and taste-ish.
Yeah, something like that.
But
Yeah.
thanks for the question, though.
Good questions, as
Good
always,
question.
from Jack.
In the end, it's more like they do it for entertainment purposes, as is all things they do.
Right.
Next up, we have two questions from Mette Hendriksen,
Mhm.
and
Oh,
that
Matt.
is, since there was no Sosenkyo this year, do you think there will be a Junken tournament? No,
No.
I don't think they will do it this year. Last
After
year
that,
was
after the disaster, yeah.
and the
Yeah.
year before that. So
Also
and
disaster, yeah.
do you remember who won last time?
NGT, second generation, or draftees.
Did they, or did they become second because they were a big group?
Likely either was first or second.
What happened to Fairy Wink?
I think one of them graduated.
Exactly.
after-
So
Yeah.
it's really we can talk about this Junken stuff for so much, but basically the prime has sailed away. The biggest one I would say, the last one was with Team B winner. That made
Oh yeah. Oh, Tanaka Tojan. Tanaka. Yeah.
was it Watanabe? No.
I forgot her name. Damn it. Tanamin.
Yeah.
Tanabe Miku? Yeah,
Tanabe.
Tanabe.
Tanabe Miku, that's the name. I forgot the.
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah.
when her win was the final big one, I would say, and then that's like
Yeah.
close
that was
up.
epic.
No, you had the year that
So
Milky
epic.
won, the year that
Jurina.
Shina Mariko,
Mariko,
Juna, Paru,
Vegeta-
Vegeta.
of
Yeah.
course, the Iwa restaurant.
Oh yeah.
That's also
Yeah,
the
yeah,
things.
yeah.
So those are
Right.
the biggest ones, and you'll never get that glory back unless they really do change. But it's over. Just no more Junken. Then if you don't do Sosenkyo, skip Junken
If
as
they do
well.
it like in 2016 and just do the cosplay thing, I'm happy. Like I don't pretty much care
Make
for
it
the
just a
rest.
cosplay festival thing or something.
Yeah, if that's the thing,
Yeah.
show it off, do something fun. I don't know, because we all know some examples. That is more than enough for me. So if they would do that, I'll be happy as much as I used to.
Like, I hope they do the Junkin. I think Robin, I think you're right. They're not going to, but I mean, they probably would have announced it by now, or at least if
Something.
we'll expect something. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're waiting. But I think again, if they were smart, they would try to do a reimagining of AKB, because remember, Olympics are a year away, and it's like they have, for better or for worse, whether they're on it or not, I think that's sort of like a pivotal moment for all of Japan. And I think it's going to be also like a milestone to look forward to for any group, like particularly AKB. And I think like they should really start refocusing themselves on what made AKB great in the first place, and go back to the basics. Don't necessarily repeat, but like take the good things. Junkin was a good thing at the beginning. It was fun. It doesn't need to be this complicated whole mess of teams and whatnot. Bring the cosplay back. Bring that old guy back who was really good at doing the Junkin.
Yeah.
Like bring him back. Bring the Thank you.
Yeah.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, bring her back. Just if they just did even that, we'd all love it.
Yeah.
We wouldn't care.
Mhm.
We wouldn't care. We'd love it. And also it'd be fun to see who wins. And then it would be nice if they went back and gave us like a good classic style AKB song to go with it. Like they can call it the Vintage Series, the Vintage Junkin Series, Vintage Sosenkyo Series, whatever. The point is, right now they need to inject awesomeness into AKB as a whole. Junkin has the power to do that. Will they do it? No, because they're stupid. Because AKS doesn't know how to run a group, unfortunately. But it's
now
like
we have different AKS. Different
true.
They haven't been installed yet though.
And also we don't know how much power they're gonna have. We don't know
That's also
even.
true.
They might be coming in as Kohai, and in 10 years they'll be all right when AKB is done. So it's like, we'll see. But
We'll see.
Exactly.
I think also it would be really cool. Well, they probably can't do it now, obviously. But if they did like a returning champion series, where they took all the members that have won, all the groups, like everybody that's won the Junkin, and just put them together. Obviously, it wouldn't be like the whole thing. They could do like a bonus Junkin, where it's like you just take a quick Junkin match to see who wins the ultimate Junkin.
Yeah.
Like
That
a
would be
funny
fun.
event style. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
The
like an
the
event
first
within an
place,
event. It'd be cool.
The ones that won, the ones that got second. Yeah, I can see that. That's something.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
That'd
I
be cool.
like that.
All right. And finally, the question from Mette Hendriksen, and last question for this month was, what is your favorite Summer 48 group song? And for me, there's only one, and that's Everyday Katyusha. That's it. That's it. That's the summer song that comes out. That's the perfect summer song going in there. All the compilation. I'm just hearing the song already in my head, going crazy. That is the perfect summer song. Nogisaka though. That's Hashide's Summer with Saito Asuka as center. I really like that one as well. Then you guys have heard it, right? Like they go started like the hey, and they go after no.
It's been too long since I last listened it, so I don't place it.
I'll let you guys hear it. It's a really good song, very fun video, and really gives they're really trying to do it every year since then, because Saito Asuka has been now the center of the sing out, and they basically every summer
every summer single is Saito Asuka.
and they're trying to reinvent the summer song, like no, that's the one for me, I would say, on AKB side. Other than that, Ponytail the Chuchi is also.
I always feel that Flying Get has a very good summer vibe, but that's me personally.
Yeah, it's with the that's the
it
idea.
Really has that feel. The MV not so much, which I will agree. Which
I quite
Everyday
like
does better.
Suki Nanda though.
That's
Suki
another
Nanda.
one I wanna. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like that.
like
If we were going recent, the plane landing in the video and
I do love that song.
on Okinawa.
Especially the video, the visuals of the MV of #Sukinama is always
4K.
Very summery.
Yep.
What else? I would say.
Does Kea have a good summer song?
I need to think about it. Do they have actually a good summer song? Let's
They have
see.
good songs, but summer song?
No, I need to think about it. Give me a moment.
Yeah, you know what? Next week is also a good moment.
I need to think about that actually. But Derek,
Good luck.
What do you have?
Yeah, I mean, there's only one. It's Ponytail Toshishu because the reason I mean, this is one I want to say it was shot in Guam.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Something tells me, yeah.
It
Something
was-
had the best look. Obviously, Everyday Katusha put it as part of their whole like medley montage. But Ponytail was like the first real Mizugi, like Mizugi style, like MV by AKB that just didn't. It wasn't. Again, it wasn't sexual or anything. It was just fun. It was cool. You know, the girls in bikinis and gorgeous, and like you had a duo center there with Takamina and Achan, and then you had all your classic girls. I mean, all the greats, the Kami 7. You even had Drina. I think Drina was in there. It's just like there's so much to love, and that song is actually really. I don't want to say sad, but there's like a minorness to it. It's very summery in the sense of like the spirit it's trying to invoke. There is so much to love about that song. Not only that, but I think it was one of AKB's biggest selling singles right off the bat. All the covers for the CDs are great. Oh my god. And then of course the MV. The MV with all the huge shots and the girls just dancing on the beach in perfect formation, but also having fun. It's like you couldn't ask for a better summer song. You just can't. So to me, that's the staple. I don't know. I'm curious what our fans think. If you have an idea, you guys, let's throw this out to our fans. If you let us know what your summer single is, and we can include the other groups too. 46,
Sure,
any
whatever.
46.
I got from NMB one that came to mind, and that's Masaka Singapore.
Yeah,
Oh,
right,
Masaka Singapore.
definitely forgot,
Yeah. Okay.
That's a
It's
good
good.
one.
Oh, yeah,
Dorian Shonen as well. Dorian
one.
Shonen as well, I would say.
Do you guys
God,
consider the one with Labrador Retriever? Do you think that as a summer song?
Yes,
Sure.
Yeah, but the
well,
song was
yeah.
boring though. The song was boring though.
It's not summer feeling, I would say.
Summer Look. I want to say it was released early in that year. Forgot which
It was
year.
the
2013.
tickets, Saseki ticket song actually.
That was early in the year.
Sayonara Crawl.
Sayonara Crowd Chorus.
That
The
is
girls
a song. That's a summer song, I would say.
hanging out in the water and
Yeah.
messing around. That was a Poruru song, if I want to. Like
Mhm.
Tomachin was actually part of
It
the
was
four.
a
It was a four
quadruple center. It was a quadruple center.
quadruple
song.
center.
Oh,
The only
yeah.
time Tomachin's ever centered anything.
That's
Yeah, and Poruru I think made an appearance in that one, if I want to say, if I remember correctly.
Let me think. Another summer song that's really other.
It's the only other one. Maybe we'll need a moment. HKT summer song. I feel I'm forgetting one.
Oh, I'm sure we're forgetting some.
Yeah,
no.
probably. Just let us know. Well,
That was
okay.
Mario
Me-
Emerald, I would say.
melon juice. Do you consider that like I consider that I could play it in the summer?
I can play it in the summer, but I don't really feel
It's
that
not
one.
really
Yeah,
a
I
summer song
can't-
per se, I would say.
I classify that song as like a get hype and get crazy HK
Yeah,
style
exactly.
song. It's just a
Mm.
hype song. Like it's all purpose. You could play it at a barbecue in summer and be cool.
I would say do that. Let us in the comments know what do you think that is the summer song, or maybe like a top 5 or something like that. Summer song from
Gomina Summer.
48 group, 46 group. Ice One? Nah, they don't
That's
really
one.
have
I don't
one.
think they have it yet.
No, not yet. So
Not yet.
let us know in the comments, I would say. So shall we then go to recommendations for next week?
Sure thing.
I think we mentioned already a bit for next week. Probably the drop of the singles that's coming out. That's a big one. The
The X is
States.
a good one.
The X, then go ahead.
I've got one. It's a movie that had Peru in it. Nisekoi has been subbed and is available to stream online.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my recommendation.
Cool.
That's a good one.
Really
Oh.
good.
Interesting. Interesting.
That's it for me.
Okay. Colin?
I've got nothing in particular this time. I would say, the SKE and BNK, their MVs, hopefully. BNK, I do think will drop this week. Look forward to that. Maybe say congrats to US for being a grandfather. That would be splendid.
Mm.
And,
That'd be
maybe
nice.
keep
Please do.
continuing the love with Staff T-Sun, with the videos he does, uploading, and with the English subtitles. Still, give a like, give a comment, say thank you, whatever. That only can make things better. Well,
Okay.
it can be very positive.
And finally, Derek.
Oh, did you have a recommendation?
No, the small bot stuff in there, but go ahead, Derek.
Okay, no, well, I mean, this will be my last podcast before I go on tour because next week I'm going to be really busy with packing and getting ready and stuff. So, I guess in that spirit, please, if you're in Europe next month, anywhere, we'll be there. Me and Necroma will be there. We are going to be on tour literally for a month, and we are going to just about every country we can. Including France, the Netherlands, England, Finland, everywhere.
Scotland.
So, Scotland, Germany, Sweden, German. Yeah, I don't know. Just there's so many.
Really a European tour.
It's true European tour. It's not the easiest thing. We are literally on plane more hours I think than we're on the ground actually. And also there's some spots we're not even in the country for a day. So like it's intense. So please, if you can come to the show and give us some cheering and some support, we could really use it. Also, I'd love to meet anybody who watches this show and has been hearing me go on and on about Necroma for a year now. Thank you. But please come check it out. It's going to be a great time. The 48 Talk group, I'm sure will be there at Rotterdam, I hope. And I hope to see you guys there. And we'll do it up. We'll have some fun. And I think that would be my big suggestion is if you are going to be anywhere near Europe, and you want an idol show, Necroma's going to bring it pretty hard. The girls are really ready. So we're all ready. We're just, it's going to be big.
Good
so
luck.
That. Oh, thank you. And I'll miss you guys. Hope you guys have fun this month coming up. I will not be able to listen to you guys at all because I just won't have access at all. But I will probably when I get home, I'll marathon your guys' shows for like a day while I catch up on work. So I hope you guys have great shows. Invite some good people. Just have fun with it. And I'm really excited to hear what you guys review BNK's next single. So I think I will try to sneak that in if I can somewhere on tour because I'm really dying because I really want to comment on it. But I think you guys will do it right. So that would be my recommendation is watch 48 Talk with me if you can, or and also too comments. Letting everybody know I do comments for 3 days and I'm out. So please get your comments in early on this video if you want me to comment. Colin DX also comment too as much as they can. If you're addressing something to Colin, I let Colin answer it. So if you address it to me, I'll definitely respond. DX kind of floats. He just sort of does what he does, which is cool.
Pretty much.
In between.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's DX style. That's DX style. So other than that, I would say I also have two other things. One is right now, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but there's reasons for it. I made a website called Idol Underworld. It's idolunderworld.com. You can go there and get Idol merchandise. Currently, we only have Necroma on there, but we are definitely getting more. Everything's getting set in motion. It's going to really kick off in August. But for the month of July, if you order something, obviously your orders aren't going to go out till August. But you can still get stuff now. I'll be shipping this week all the remaining orders, and next week too, and then I'm out. So go there, support it. Also tell people about it. But in August, you can expect we're gonna put a lot of groups on there. I think as many as I can get on there because I want it to be the biggest site for all international fans all over the world to buy idol stuff. So that's number one. And then finally, a group that I'm very fond of. I'm friends with their producer, Mishima-san. Lily Kaona just put out a new MV last night. I think it's called Hibana. I actually haven't had a chance to watch it because I've been that busy. But everybody's been telling me about it. Lily Kaona is one of the greatest idol groups in existence today. They have no love and no respect from just about anyone, which I don't understand. Again, this goes back to what I was saying, how groups, it's weird, the groups that get fans and don't. This group deserves fans. So and also, not saying this, but I'm hoping I can get them on Idol Underworld. And if I do, I will be pushing them hard on there because they are one of the groups I absolutely adore with all my heart. So I'm sure Hibana, their new single, I think it's called Hibana. I'm sure it's gonna be great. So please go check out that MV. You just type in Lily Kaona, it'll come right up on YouTube. So please do that, and do me a favor if you can, drop them a friendly line, in the comments. Say, hey, we're rooting for you, we're supporting you. That does mean a lot to them. They are idols that appreciate that. Mishima-san really appreciates that. He's a super humble guy, and I know he really gets excited when international fans like his group. And also Koyuki and Yuka, the two girls that are in the group. Koyuki is like a dance person, and I think she even choreographed their dance in it.
Oh.
I mean, she's just amazing. And also Koyuki's awesome. So, there you
I'll
go.
link it in an info card as you speak. So.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I just need to link, but you'll give it after the recording.
Yeah, I'll get to you in a moment. Yeah. So.
Very good then. Well, Derek, yes, you will be missed because you're going to go on an important tour. And again, you all said the things. You just go if you have a chance to go to these events because it's an opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah.
But with that though, thank you for watching this week's episode of 48 Talk, and we'll see you next time then. Bye everybody.
I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night.
Can you fuck with my shape?
And he got cool powers.